Hello everyone, here we are with 3DMark, a new benchmarking tool for Android. So we're going to try this on the Asus Nexus 7, otherwise known as the Google Nexus 7. We'll run it on Extreme first, and then we'll run it on Ice Storm Standard, and we'll see what results we get. Let's see how powerful the Nexus 7 is. Now, things to note is this is a benchmarking tool, it's not a game. So the idea is it's going to give us a frames per second score as it's going along, and then work out the score of all of the tests it's going to do and give us a final score at the end that we can use to compare against other hardware, different ROMs we might be running on the same hardware. Takes a little bit of time to load up at first, and don't be surprised if the frame rate looks absolutely awful on this highest setting. It's supposed to. The idea with 3DMark is it's kind of setting the tone for what the next generation of games will be like on the next generation of hardware, and so you can kind of judge for yourself whether your device is going to be, up to scratch now, or whether you need something a little bit more powerful for future. So they're around 6-7 frames a second. I have to say, comparing that to the Galaxy Note 2 that we've just benchmarked, that's definitely way under. It's around half the frames, in fact. Presumably, 3DMark haven't Tegra optimised this. It would be interesting to see how it performed if it was optimised for Tegra. As you can see, very, very pretty graphics. Albeit running at a particularly slow frame rate. Now I'm using the Liquid Smooth ROM on here, which also happens to have a couple of other controls like Pie Menu, as well as being able to hide the on-screen taskbar, quick shortcut bar, the navigation controls, which does occasionally lead to this tearing effect that you're just seeing there, but it shouldn't be affecting the frame rate particularly. Let's just turn that sound down a little bit as well. So we're going to let this benchmark run through, get the final score, then we'll run the standard benchmark and just see how it performs on that. Always very interesting to see how 3DMark operates at its highest detail settings on current hardware. Gives you a very good feel for where things will go next, and more importantly, whether it's going to be time to upgrade on the next generation of hardware that comes through. Certainly, it will be very interesting to see how this benchmark performs on the refreshed Nexus 7 that we're all expecting at Google I/O coming May, I think, or certainly to be announced around May. Very, very interesting to see how this benchmark performs on that hardware. Certainly what we should expect to see on hardware coming out in 2013 is a very high frame rate score from the Extreme test. That's what I hope anyway. Certainly starting with the Galaxy S4, HTC One X as well. I'd expect to see much, much better performance on this benchmark than on the current hardware from, say, 2012. If you've skipped ahead and you're wondering why the frame rate is so bad, it's because this is being done on the highest detail setting, Extreme mode, within the 3DMark benchmarking tool. So it is going to crawl along. Even on things like the Galaxy Note 2, Galaxy S3, you still see a massive performance hit on this highest detail setting. Even my cat agrees with me. You decided to be YouTube famous, Tinky? As you can see, beautiful graphics, incredible lighting. I mean, if this is the next generation of games that we can look forward to, later on 2013, 2014, then, I think gaming on mobile devices is going to be in very good health. Obviously with a better frame rate though. Okay, and so our final score is 1876 for the Nexus 7 on the extreme mode. Not the most brilliant score I think I've ever seen, but as you'll have seen from the actual footage, you know, not the most epic of frame rates I think I've ever seen either.